I don't know. It's a tough call because just starting the episode with introducing ourselves and title of our show and all that is also pretty. It's consistent, right? A cold open's going to change every episode,
Oh yeah.
but a consistent. I don't know. Some people like that consistency. Like they put their favorite thing on and then it
Hmm.
starts the way it's supposed to start, and then they go into things. Maybe I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know either. Okay, okay. So maybe we'll just start with intro and then hello, and we'll just get into it, right?
I mean, we can do a cold open after the intro, right? Like you could literally do how you do your cold open.
Oh,
You
I
just
see
go,
what you're saying.
"Hello, I'm Anthony. I'm Stevie
Oh,
Wildcard. This is we have
and then we'll
issues
go into
every
whatever
week.
it is.
Steven Wildcard tonight. Blah blah blah," and then just go Steven, like how you would normally do, it, and then just
Yeah,
kick into your cold open.
that's, I mean, that's pretty much,
I think that's the good.
that's
I think
pretty
that's
much
the good. I
a
think
good
that's the
strategy.
good place. Yeah, it's the
I
good
mean, it's
place.
basically just like get into the show, and just like
Yeah,
I'll just like shift it as a new, like as a segment. So let me see. Yeah, that's fine. So I'll just like
we
instead of
should call that segment warm open because
it's not cold. We have the
because you've already
intro.
been
You've
yeah
been warmed up.
you've
You
been
did your
warmed
joke,
up.
baby.
The
You know
war.
what this is. All right, let me see. Hello, welcome to We Have Issues. I'm Anthony.
I'm Stevie Wildcard.
And every week, my best friend Stevie Wildcard and I get together and we do our best to overcome the various issues and obstacles and nonsense that life throws our way in order to get something done. Most recently, we've been working on a supernatural superhero culty comedy comic called Deathless. Steven, will you let the people know what we do just every week, generally speaking?
Every week, Anthony and I bust our humps, doing the best we can to accomplish as much of our goal of becoming comic book artists slash writers. And we use this podcast to essentially keep us accountable. It was originally formed and started to keep us accountable on our first Kickstarter project, Play It Again, which was highly successful and we did really well and we finished it. So we said, this is a great formula. Let's just use this thing and continue to produce comic books. So we are currently on issue 4. We're working on issue 4 of the series Deathless that Anthony just mentioned.
We also use this podcast slash show slash just conversation to give ourselves and other people an opportunity to escape the just onslaught of absurd negativity and like weird political social dynamic energy, like all the stuff that like you is seemingly inescapable in the social stratosphere of the day. Steve and I just kind of dip our heads in the sand and just talk to each other and have a good time regardless of whether or not we're talking about things that are a struggle to us personally. So if you're
Mhm.
looking, if you're out there and you're like, I need like a break from all of the like the stuff that seems to just constantly be sticking its fangs into our veins, just perpetually throughout our existence these days. Welcome. You're in the right place. This is the colony for you. We're
You
here to help.
found the dirt mound you can bury your ostrich head in.
Absolutely. And speaking of that, Stephen, I know it's like we're trying to start fresh. We want to get to business, but I need to talk about vampires. So
Ooh,
I want to do a segment with you. Let's do a monster test, Stephen. Vampire edition.
monster test. Monster test. Everybody gather round. It's time to learn that shit about monsters. You're gonna learn it all with us because we don't know either. We're kind of second guessing every weakness and thing. It's monster test.
Monster
Trademarked.
test. Stephen, I watched a movie.
Mm.
My fiance and I watched a movie together recently that I have not seen since I was a literal child. I have not rewatched this movie. I've just those movies where you're like I've seen it. Like you're like I know what Sandlot is. Like I've seen
You're killing us, Smalls. You're
Yeah,
killing us,
like I've
Smalls.
seen that movie a million times. Like we're going about this all wrong. I blame myself. Like I know so many quotes from that movie. I love that movie. I know it. Some movies I think I know, but I have no idea. This is the story of Interview with the Vampire.
Oh wow. Yeah, you know what? Fair enough because I can remember like things from that movie, but I can't remember 93% of that movie.
Steven, let me tell you something that
I
absolutely
I remember what happens to Kirsten Dunst's character.
yes. Okay, so Steven, based on what just your memory of the movie, I want you to tell me how vampires are defined. What is a vampire based on your memory of Interview with a Vampire?
Interview with a vampire the vampires in this universe are basically sexy, handsome, powerful gorgeous creatures of the night that, lure humans, eat humans, hurt humans, but also kind of function in a high society type situation where they can sit down and do an interview with a journalist and answer questions about their species. Yeah, that's about what I can remember from it.
Steven,
Hopefully.
let me tell you something that might blow your mind. And it's said explicitly in the movie, okay? Stakes, meaningless in this to these vampires.
Really?
Crosses, meaningless to these vampires. Being invited, invitations into the home. Who cares? Just come on in, buddy. Consent doesn't
Wait,
matter here.
there's
We're
there's
vampires.
so in the Anne Rice, or at least in this cinematic version
Right.
of her universe, they're basically just superior humans that are allergic to the sun.
Yeah, and with a few very interesting exceptions that, Steven, I will say I didn't know that. Okay, based on the movie, they need coffins, but it's not really explained why they need coffins. They're like, yeah, like I mean, obviously the sun hurts them, but like, who cares? Like, you can just not have windows. Like, if Steven, if you and I, right, we're eternal beings, we're gonna live forever. Like, yeah, we have to kill people. We have to feed. But we're gonna live forever. But the sun will kill us. We would have a house built with no window. You know what I mean?
Well, I
Like,
was gonna say, as a Floridian,
yeah,
probably one of the worst places to live
well,
as a
of
vampire.
course, terrible.
Honestly,
Although it's a good place to hide as
Sim-
a
I
vampire.
was
So
gonna say simultaneously, if you had your shutters up on your house all the time,
no
no
one
one
would
would even
question it.
question it. They would either A, assume that you're just prepped for hurricane season, or B, that you're a snowbird that's just not in town at the time. Like that's
100%.
literally there are shutters down on some houses in Florida at all. It would no one someone wouldn't even look twice at a fully shuttered house.
Now, this isn't according to the movie. In fact, like the movie does something much different. But from what I've read of Anne Rice's novels, something I really love that I learned about her particular vampires is Steven. I have my characters in freaking. Here, let me do this. Steven, my ghoul character in this book, right? I have
Mhm.
like every day during the day, he becomes a literal corpse. Like he's a
He like
conscious
just
corpse, but he dies. Like so, like if his eyes are open, they stay open, and he can't move. He's completely corpseified. 100% rigor mortis sets in, and he's a corpse. And that lasts until the sun goes down, and then he, is or born, or he's awakened again.
so he's a corpse. He's corpseified.
So he
He's
becomes corpseified until the sun goes down. Then he awake. He
which can be unfortunate if he finds himself like
yes.
somewhere in
And
the morning.
in the book there are some interesting situations when the morning comes and he's like, oh well, now I'm a dead body in this random place, and this is not great. However, dude, so Anne Rice, something I learned about her vampires, they basically go into a like deep death mode where their bodies during daylight, like during the day hours, go into complete like the same thing where they're basically dead and their skin becomes vulnerable at that time. That's why you're able to stake them and such, because their blood is docile or whatever at the time. Steven,
Oh my god! So when they're in, so like at night, they're basically unkillable.
yeah, basically unkillable at night. And something I learned though that I think is so cool from the Anne Rice novels that I now I want to read her novels just because like I was reading about this. I didn't read the actual novels, but apparently the vampires in her novels, if their skin even touches the sun like a little, it ignites their entire body. Like there's the way that the vampiric blood works, like going through their body. It's like we like basically creates an explosion throughout their entire being.
It's like a chain reaction. Like
Chain
it's
reaction.
too
Yeah,
late.
it's too late.
You're already done.
Yeah, and it just like completely explodes them if they touch it even a little. So that's why they feel the need to use coffins because it's the safest way to avoid any amount of sun ray because say we have our shutters up and there's a little crack in it and just one little beam hits you in the face, it's game over. Like that's you're gone. End of your afterlife. And I love that, dude. But I do find it to be bonkers that they can live off of animals, like animal blood. They don't have to like they can live off of animal blood. They don't have to be invited. Crosses don't matter. They can't get staked through the heart. That doesn't matter. So it's just like they're completely invincible and they maintain their human consciousness. And like whatever, like obviously, like whatever moral system that they have, they are holding on to. You see Brad Pitt kind of struggle with this throughout the movie, where he's like, I don't want to kill people, but obviously I'm killing people. I want to drink their blood. But dude, there are so few drawbacks to that. I was like, that you could literally become the Punisher and it would just be fine. I don't understand why anyone would not want to be a vampire. Like, unless you're like, 97 years old, and then like Lestat shows up and he's like,
Then you get turned.
I'm gonna give you a choice so I was never given. Like, oh, please let me die. It's like,
This choice was should have been given to me like 60 years ago,
yeah,
Lestat.
thanks, Lestat. Can you use the rest of your like your extended life to create time travel and then go back in time when I was actually in my youth and I'd love to be a vampire? This would be wonderful. But dude, it's just crazy. It is a lot of fun though. I do like the idea of vampires having various powers and becoming more powerful as they age. I thought that was cool. It gives some weight to it where it's like that's why ancient vampires are like respected and more powerful is like you just get more abilities as you mature and as you evolve. It's like vampire Pokemon. Who
Mm.
doesn't want to play? You got to catch them all.
Who doesn't want to be the final mega evolution of a vampire, basically?
Right? Dude, I just don't get like
And
Brad.
then Kirsten Dunst's character in that movie, she was unfortunately turned when she was a child, but she's like what, hundreds of years old or something in the
Oh,
movie?
I mean, I don't know. I don't know how much time actually passes. I mean, I know like chunks of time pass throughout the movie, but it's amazing how like how depressing that part of the movie is. I kind of want to read her books now. I didn't know she wrote the screenplay to Interview with the Vampire, which
Oh,
is
did she?
yeah, Anne Rice wrote it. It was really neat. I was just like, oh man, that makes me like it even more because now I'm like, oh, I feel like there's some credibility here. Like I can watch this and like not like, oh,
She has edited down her book into a movie
yeah,
basically. So
exactly.
she is basically saying these are the most important things that need to be
Yes.
addressed.
So dude, I just thought that was so interesting because when I think of vampires, I always think of like, obviously stake through the heart's gonna kill him. Obviously there are certain things, but even our favorite movies, like The Lost Boys, like, they play with those tropes and it's like, garlic doesn't work, boys. Like, sorry. And if you invite a vampire into your house, or especially apparently if you invite the head vampire into your house, everyone can go in. I don't know. I don't know what the Lost Boys had very interesting invitation rules, but
Yeah, because David, Dwayne, like they all just kind of come in on
yeah,
that
they all
last fight scene. They
yeah.
just
And how I think they twisted it is because he says like Max says at the end, never invite a vampire into your house, it renders you powerless. So maybe that's what the invitation thing is. If you invite them in, none of the weaknesses work except for
Mhm,
the stake through the heart, obviously.
mhm.
But it's just I like when people play with them. That's why when I was writing the short film or the film Stakeout, and I was just like, I want to play with all of these silly tropes. Like I don't know.
I live in my car, therefore you cannot come into my car, sir.
I love it. I think that's fun. What's your like favorite kind of vampire? Like what would you want to see if you could see any?
I definitely do prefer the more humanoid, like I would say Underworld was as a whole was probably my favorite representation for both vampires and werewolves, if I'm honest. Um, Blade has really cool vampires too. I like how Blade really like drove home the silver thing, like so like pure because silver's pure metal or whatever, and it just kills vampires. Like he was just destroying vampires with silver. The fact that they would just disintegrate too as soon as it touched their skin, it was pretty
So cool.
awesome.
Dude, I love it. I love that you can do different things as long as what do you think what are the things you think a vampire has to have in order to be considered a vampire?
I think death by sun has to is like one of the things you can never like just get rid of without some sort of like plot. Like, oh,
Yeah.
this vampire has like some sort of amulet, or this vampire has he's the first vampire, so he can walk in the sun, but or something like that. But I feel like that's one thing that has to be a constant in the vampire universe. I also think I don't think feeding on people is a requirement, but I
Mhm.
think like feeding on people to survive to your fullest, it should be a requirement. Like
Right.
you can make do with animal blood, but it will eventually like turn you feral or something like that.
Right.
Like I feel
Well,
like you do need the sustenance of a
yeah.
human. Like I feel like that's a cool trope that like should stay. Stake in the heart, it's just so classic. I think it always has to be there. You know what I'm saying? Stake in
Yeah.
the heart, son. Like even as someone who, I the religious symbols are cool, but like there's in a world where this exists, you would literally have to commit to whatever
Oh,
religion
okay, wait, I know where
is
you're
the
going with that,
antithesis. You know what I'm saying?
but
Like,
you know what I kind of like that I've never seen, Steven? What if What if they use other religious symbols and it's not simply the religion or simply like Jesus specifically, but the idea of the purity that those things bring and the
mhm.
goodness that those things potentially
Or
represent?
just human
So,
faith
or
in
human faith.
object forth,
Yes,
in
yeah,
object form.
100%,
You know
dude.
what I'm saying?
And
Which
like yeah, well, I mean, it's like I'm empowering this thing with with the strength of my faith, and like
mhm.
I'm gonna use that against you as a weapon, whatever it may be. And I've never, I don't think I've ever seen that used outside of a cross. Like I don't think anyone's ever like,
That's what I'm saying. Because then, that, like, even as someone who I get is Christian, like in this fantasy world, it really does basically just solidify them that vampires are the demon antithesis to Christ, I guess. Like, you know what I'm saying? It literally solidifies the god of that universe. You know what I'm
right, right.
saying? Whereas, like, it would be interesting to actually have like a cross in one in like a movie and it not work, but then someone holds up like, I don't know, some sort of religious artifact from a different
You're gonna
religion.
or just
Yeah, an
like
ankh, or yeah, or like a
it's the Mormon Bible, like
it's
oh,
the
specifically that
turns
one.
out he's right, man.
Right. But
Jesus wears mom jeans and he loves you.
I always I always thought it was funny when people were like, "You have to have faith. It doesn't work unless you have faith." And I'm like, Steven, like, of course, if there's a vampire in front of you,
If there's a demon in
if
front of you,
there's
I
a
think
demon in front of you,
it's
and I'm
not
like,
even
"Oh,
faith.
obviously this thing is gonna work now." Like, what do you? Obvious,
No one in that moment is going to be like, well, it's probably just some sort of alien creature from a different. No, this is a fucking demon. Like, this is. I saw someone use this and it worked. So I mean, this is just explaining a lot of things. No one's gonna like, what I'm saying? In
yeah,
that moment,
yeah. Oh,
if
dude,
you notice that it kind of worked, you're full committing. Like, I don't care how.
100%. This is
Yeah,
this is me now.
this
Um,
is how I found Christ. Actually, this is the
yeah.
this is the moment.
So let us know how you found. No, I'm kidding. But let us know what you think of vampires in general.
Yeah.
Let us know what you think, like what your favorite kind of vampire is. Let us know, like, 'cause I feel like I know Sinners came out recently, and I haven't seen that yet. And I really want to. That's a vampire
Dude, I
movie.
didn't know it was a vampire movie until someone said it was a vampire movie. Like, that sounds so badass. I'm
Yeah,
so in now.
I need to watch that movie. We'll probably watch it. We've been watching a lot of horror movies because it's I mean, we watch a lot of horror movies anyway, honestly. But like it is
It
spooky,
is. It's yeah.
so we're.
It's October.
It is. So we're getting we're burning through these movies. Dude, man, I've been struggling though otherwise. I mean, it's been nice. Like it sucks when like family stuff is also perfect and like my relationship is wonderful. My relationship with you guys is excellent.
We had
I
an awesome D&D evening,
oh my
and
God, we have this great D&D time. I love doing all this stuff. And then dude, I've been struggling lately to find like time to do things like
it's
to
been
like to
tough,
work,
bro.
and like I have not been good at it. And it's funny because like I used to be able to find time like when Atlas went to bed or like just like after work, just sitting in the car waiting for him. But now it's like with the job and everything, it's really hard to find time to actually do anything. So I'm struggling a little bit, dude. I think that's probably why I've been feeling a little down lately because I've been that and
Because
I got
you're
sick.
not completing in projects like or the
Yeah,
things that you really care about. I
yeah.
got you,
So
dude.
like I've been working on stuff for my work
I,
that's like monetarily beneficial, but not spiritually, not it's not as fulfilling. It's not the thing that I want us to be doing. So I'm just like, crap, I need to find a way to like to manage my time better and it's hard. I think I might have to start just doing it in the morning in little chunks and just accepting like, hey, if I can get 20 minutes in before I wake up Atlas, for school, that's what I'm gonna do.
that's what I've been trying to do myself. It's just, man, I mean, it's just as we get older too, it just gets harder. Everything becomes harder. So, but I don't know. I mean, like, of course, I want this issue to be completely done. I want to finish issue 5 so then we can move on. But I mean, as long as we're taking steps like we've always said, sometimes I want to take 2 or 3 steps
Yeah.
in one bound. That's what I really want. But I get it.
Yeah, dude.
Just
It's
can't
it's been
can't can't destroy yourself over it because then you'll just like create a cycle of like, you
I
know,
know. It's I know, and it's so funny because like that's what I've been talking to Atlas about that recently, where I'm just like, it's okay if like if you had you did something wrong or things didn't work out that happened in the past, you can address it, do what you can now to improve however you can going forward, but like you can't sit there and live in the past. Time travel is
Mm.
the enemy of any progress, really. Um, I think we all learned that at some point, but it's hard. It's hard to not like project into the future and be like, crap, okay, when can I do exactly this thing? Or like project into the past and be like, oh my gosh, I should have been doing exactly this thing. And it's just like, oh, it's such
You
a
could be done with it if you would have done this.
yes. Oh my God, dude. So it's been a struggle lately for me. And like I know a lot of people out there are, going through similar things. So it's like I know I do a lot. I have a lot like on my plate as a human, but I'm just like, crap, how do I juggle this particular thing? And like I feel like I've been feeling like a loser lately. Like I think I just need a
Mm.
big win. I think the Kickstarter will do it. I think I'll get like once we get that up and like we see that people are still interested in this book, I'll feel better. But for right now, I've just been feeling like, oh my God, like who am I? What am I doing? What's going on? Like why?
Why am I here? Where are we going? These are the questions. Something
Exactly.
about what? Bam!
Yeah, dude. I don't know. Like, what have you been going through this week?
Besides work, I my weekend was pretty busy. Obviously we went to D&D with you. Prior to that, my mom actually came over with Oliver and Dustin that same that morning. And then Tina and I went and ran errands towards the end of that Sunday. Did it. What we do Sundays. Um, but yeah, between that and work, but I did get. I didn't finalize a page, but I sent them to you too, so you can look at them. I did fully like create some solid roughs for the next 2 pages and the super action based pages. So I was able to accomplish. I wanted to accomplish more, but like on the same token, having the roughs, it gives me so much easy work now because now,
Yeah,
I mean, I say easy work, but really this is all the detail and everything. But it's so much easier for my brain to sit once I have the map. I have the map now, so now I can just sit there and
heck yeah.
find draw.
Yeah. No,
I'm
dude. That
actually pretty proud of that one action page with Mary and Barreled, the tossing and turning. Don't want to give anything away.
yeah. Ugh. It's that's I think that's another part of just making a comic book. Like if you're out there right now and you're like a creator of any sort, you probably know to some degree what this is like, but it's so weird to have an idea and work really hard on it and like do all this, like just like put in all this work, but not be able to talk about certain things without spoiling it, not be able to share things, and then it's like I don't know like I don't know how to talk about it intelligently because we're on
Hmm.
issue 4 of a book. If you want to know what we're talking about, you should check out our previous issues. You can find them at wehaveissuespodcast.com. You can also find the digital copies on Amazon and wherever else. But dude, I'm excited to get this book out there. I know I'll feel a lot better once we get the Kickstarter launched and people can actually see this stuff. I've kind of like taken some things into consideration from my job and been like, I think we can do so, like employ some of these tactics for our Kickstarter, to kind of make it more successful and hopefully get people excited. Like I want to start putting together more like product like mock-ups and stuff and get people like so they can actually see what they're putting their money toward. Because sometimes we're like like we got these awesome guys made and we didn't know what they were going to look like beforehand, so I was like we didn't really have any mock-ups. We're just like, hey,
Yeah,
you
and
got
I thought I had the size right, and he was so small. But I actually kind of like it because it's like a D
I
and
think
D
they're
piece. So
I love them. I think they're really cool, and I
I mean, they're
I
actually bigger than a D and D piece, but still. Oh, come here, boy. Hello, everyone. This is Samuel. Come here. Come on. Come here. Let's show the people who the boy is. Look at the boy. I brought him in here because I didn't want him woofing out there, and he just decided to woof in here, right, boy? Did you get? He got outside today too, so he's bad boy.
uh-oh.
But anyways,
but but yeah, dude. So
no, but
I
yeah, getting like different products and stuff. I feel like T-shirts are always good. I feel like including people in the book has always been awesome. Posters have been done too, but poster rolling and fitting them into that comic box is not cash money.
I will say, dude, I I want to do like a custom box for us. I think it'll be cool because they're not too expensive, and I think people would like it. And it's like
Oh,
a
now you work in something like that. You can actually just
yeah,
get our packaging now. I didn't
yeah.
even think of that. That's beautiful.
But like, yeah, well, I mean, I are like I know who they use for custom boxes and stuff, so I can do that, and I love it. I think it'll be really cool.
Oh, dude, that sounds so cool. Like we should create like whatever the good package is for the next issue. That's like what that box. Yeah,
Yeah,
that sounds awesome.
yeah, for sure, dude. It's yeah, I mean, but we'll see. I want to get all this stuff set up, and I do think it'll make me feel better, and I'll get out of my funk a little bit. I have to get back into the process of coloring this thing. I do have to start writing again because I think that's a big part of my funk. Like I'm like who you know I'm going through like a existential like who am I? What am I doing with myself right now? Because I'm not writing anything. I'm not creating anything. I'm trying to color, you know. But it's like this podcast is really the only thing that well, this and two D&D campaigns, I guess that's
Yeah,
what I'm
you're
writing.
running two of them now.
You know, so I that's what I've been using all of my like creative energy on, really, which is fun. And it sucks because like there's always like the opportunity cost where I'm like, of course I want to do that. I want to spend like I want to see you guys and spend time with you guys and build this world
Hmm.
with my friends and have fun together. And it's like that's awesome. Like I'm never going to regret doing that. But also, how do I do that and also find time to do something else, you know, like to do this other stuff? And it's been a struggle. Time is, oh my gosh, Stephen, it is impossible. Like
Hmm.
there's just not enough of it.
It goes so fast too. Like weekends are like a blur for me. Like they just
Yeah,
disappear, and then it's Monday again, and I'm back onto the schedule, and it's
yeah.
crazy.
So at the end of every show, Stephen, I know we've complained enough about time. So speaking of time, how are you going to use your time this week? What's your plan?
I have a busy weekend, but I also have nice like straightaway blocks where I can work. So I have 2 pages to finally, which I will get both of those done for sure. But then like I have to try to get at least one or two more done because I do want to hit page 15 before the 31st. So I'm gonna grind it this week. I guaranteed two full pages, but I'm gonna try to go for more.
Heck yeah. I am also, dude, I'm going to try my best to at least color one page this week. I am going to New Jersey for a wedding this weekend. So,
That's crazy. Yeah, Tina
okay.
and I's date anniversary, like when we started dating, is Friday.
Oh,
So we're
that's
gonna
awesome.
do an awesome thing together, and then yeah, we get. But that's crazy that you're going to Jersey
I'm
just
going to,
for.
yeah, we're
How
going
many
to
weddings what's up with all these weddings? You've
Yes,
been to
I
so
don't
many
know.
weddings.
I guess we're just it's just like that the age where like you know like all of Carly's friends are getting everyone Carly knows in the whole world is getting married. So I know we're
Hmm.
getting married in January, so it's happening. But dude, it's crazy. I am going to bring my tablet on the plane and you know like bring it to Jersey, so I'll try to get some coloring done in our downtime when we're like hanging out in the room or whatever. But yeah, I'm sure I'm going to be focused on the wedding and like spending time with Carly, meeting her family and friends and stuff. So we'll see how it goes. I'm not gonna like kill myself.
I've every vacation I go on, I always bring my iPad just in
Yeah,
case
just in
because there
case.
was just one vacation where I actually did have time, and I was so mad I didn't bring it. So.
Yeah, I mean that's why I'm gonna bring it. We'll see. You know, like best case scenario, like who I get something done or have a great time and don't get anything done. So I'm
Mhm.
hoping it's just like a win-win situation, really. Like I'm not gonna beat myself up about it, but I did also Carly bought me a laptop for writing so I can because I've been really wanting
That's
something
awesome.
that's like exclusively for writing and D&D. So it's just like only text-based
It's
stuff.
a,
I'm not using it for like any kind of you know, there's no social media allowed, none of that stuff. It's
that's
just
awesome. So it's like a prison.
yeah,
I'm just kidding.
yeah. I mean, it is. It's
But
well,
it's like a good prison, you
yeah, it's
know.
exactly. So like I do have that now, and I'm excited to be able to use that and just focus on something that actually I know actually brings me some sort of fulfillment and happiness. I don't know if you're out there, do you feel that stuff? Do other people feel these things? Are you just like, oh, I'm not making anything right now, and I suck, and everything about my life is just terrible, even though it's not, and it makes no sense.
It's
It's
yeah.
I hate that spiral. It's like the unreasonable, like death spiral of the brain, where it's just like, I'm happy. I don't want to die right now. Why does my brain tell me I want to
And
die
the
right?
brain's just like
Yeah,
just
100%. I'm literally just like, yeah, I just want to eat a grenade for no reason. Like, what do you stop it? Just stop it, brain. Like,
your
I've
brain's
so
like, I'll eat a grenade for you.
It's so
jump in front of the tree. But why? I'm not asking you,
why.
Jimmy Stick Brain. Why you do
I
this?
no, it's terrible because like it makes no sense, and I never want to make anyone like frustrated or like upset or like like I don't want anyone to ever think I'm not happy or thankful or like full of freaking love and joy for all the and gratitude for all of the
Hmm.
things that I have. But it's also like, oh my gosh, if I don't like if I don't get like a win as far like a creative win soon, my soul is withering away, and
I get it, bro.
it sucks. And like it's so weird because like big picture, I don't care. It's fine. Like I'm happy. I'm happy we're doing this. I'm happy we're doing D&D. I love my life. I love my fiance and my son and my family. And it's like everything's good and everything seems to be coming up Millhouse. So like grand scheme, big picture situation, it's excellent. Otherwise, my brain wants to tell me that like I'm an unsuccessful loser, who works in this place doing things that like I should be just making more books and more, art and telling more stories, but I'm not. And why am I not? Because I suck. That's why, and it's just the spiral, Stephen. So I don't know. I'm just gonna do the thing I can do, which is just work at it, and I'm gonna try to forgive myself
To still
and
take steps, even though your body's telling you the steps aren't enough, to still take them because eventually those steps will produce something, and then your body will be like, okay,
yeah,
okay, I see what you did.
yeah, I understand. I see it.
Kudos, kid.
Yeah, exactly.
Kudos.
So I'm gonna do the same thing this week. I'm gonna get done whatever I can. I'm gonna try my best. If you're joining us for the first time, thank you and welcome to our colony. Please hit the subscribe button every single week. My best friend and I, we're here just kind of struggling through, pushing through these very
Bury our heads in the sand and then drown on the sand that we buried them in. That's what we do each and every week,
and it's
ladies and gentlemen.
delicious, everyone. No, but we are getting through it. I'm excited for this freaking book. I can't wait for issue 4 of Deathless. I hope you're all excited for it too. Let us know below if you're excited for it. Let us know if you purchased or read my book. I've gotten some good reviews and I'm super excited about it. And it's like that's been Steven, a complete stranger, gave me a 5-star review. Someone I don't know.
That is awesome.
Someone I don't know at all, like have never interacted with. Like that's why I was like, "Oh wow, this is
They
new."
found it. They found it in the
Yeah.
wild or whatever, and then just
Yeah.
loved it.
And then someone gave me a 5-star review that I don't know them at all, and it was wonderful, dude. It was like really cool to see that where someone like actually read it and connected with it and enjoyed it as it is, and I was like, yes, I knew you were out there. I knew that one person was out there.
I knew I have. I knew I had people out there in the world. There's
It,
like two of them, but they're great people.
they're great. If you're watching this right now, you're one of them, and we freaking love you. Thank you all for listening. Thank you for watching. Thank you for being a
We
part of
love
our
you.
show. Thank you for participating in our vampire conversation and our conversations about time and life and like the universe and everything. We really do appreciate you, Stephen. What would you like to say to the people before we go?
I'm just thankful that I am gifted the ability to do this every week. I'm thankful that you tune in, and I'm thankful that you support our projects and just dote us with your love. We appreciate you so much.
We absolutely do. Until next time, I'm Anthony.
And I am Stevie Wildcard.
This has been We Have Issues. We'll see you next week.
I didn't think of a boom. I ain't got a boom, Anthony. I didn't think of a boom this week. Oh, I didn't think of a boom this week.
I'm just waiting for Stephen. It said it said he was unavailable, and he's like, are you going to invite me? And I was like, I did 78,000 times. And he's like, oh, yeah, I'm not invisible. I was like, you are, very much are. So we're going to find out. We're going to see if, let's see if it lets, where's Steven? I invited him. He better be here soon. He's not here. I'm alone in the world. I'm alone here. Dear Steven, Stephanus Wildcard Minium. There he is.
Hello?
Hello, what's up,
Sorry,
dude?
computer was off.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I was trying to invite you and it kept saying, he's unavailable. Stop it. You suck. And I was like, okay, I apologize. So, how's life, dude?
Whew. Busy at work. Work's just been, we've had, there's just one community at work called Aria, and it was the more expensive homes. So the homeowners there are just so picky. And this house that we've been working on, we literally were there all day and didn't finish.
Oh,
So like we have like this travertine material and somebody put acid on it. That's the only thing I can understand why it was doing this thing. But basically, this person had crates worth of travertine that needed to be replaced. So Ricky and I were literally just like pulling up travertine all day and replacing it and re-leveling it by hand each one. Dude, it's been a nightmare. It's been a nightmare, but we're almost through it. Tomorrow we have to go back to finish it because we had to go somewhere else
oh,
today. But we did get like I would say 80% of it done, maybe 75% of it done on Monday. But dude, oh my God, it was just awful.
just exhausting.
Mhm.
Oh man, I hate I hate that, dude. That's like I've been going through like just like mind-numbing stuff at work and it's just killing
Is it like a
me.
bunch of shipping and stuff again?
Dude, it's like, I have to do all of the poll sheets from eBay. So essentially I go through the last 90 days, which is 6 solid pages of I mean, it's over 900 orders.
Jeez.
Dude, over 900 orders. So I go through order by order, person by person, and I have to look through all of the things that these people order, and I have to write down like how like the quantity of each book, like depending on it's some I'm looking for like 14 specific books, so it gets so annoying, dude. It's like and
Mhm.
it's so tedious that you kind of like start getting I like my brain goes numb. I was gonna say that like I've been
It's like, see, like that's one thing
yeah,
I will say about my job versus yours is like mine's just very physically active,
yeah.
but honestly, there's a lot of perks to that. You know what I'm
Oh
saying?
yeah.
Like moving around and like even sweating your ass off, like it does feel like good. You know, I'm
Oh,
releasing endorphins for working.
oh,
From
absolutely, dude. Like I mean, I get to the point with this particular part of my job where I just start feeling like Gollum. Like I'm looking
mm,
for like one particular thing over and over, and I'm just like, what am like? And I like, I have that moment where I kind of like back out, where like my magnifying glass kind of like shifts. I'm like, what am I doing? This isn't the part of the job I like. This sucks.
mm.
But why is this? It kind of reminds me of when I worked at Perkins for literally a week because they told me I was going to be a busser and they gave me all dishwashing jobs where I was like, I don't want to do just this. This is killing
I
my
didn't even know you worked at Perkins.
dude. I didn't tell
Was
you that.
it
I wasn't sure if I
when
told.
was that?
Oh my God, dude. It was literally oh God, Steven.
It's so
Oh, Steven. I don't know if I ever told that story on the podcast, but okay, let me tell the story really quick and I'll put it at the end of the show. Steven, I worked at Perkins for all of like I think it was sincerely 3 actual shifts, maybe four. No, it was 3 actual shifts in like 4 days.
with a fourth fuck it. I'm out of
Yeah, yeah.
here.
Yeah, yeah. Well, like my first day was just like orientation videos and kind of like standing around, not really anything, and then it was like 3 actual shifts. Dude, I was driving to go see a movie one day. I saw a sign that said now hiring at Perkins, so I was like, "Oh, I'm gonna go see what this is." It says now hiring bussers. I want to be a busser. That sounds like something that would be perfect for me. So I go in there, dude. The the manager's like, "Yeah, we're hiring bussers. This is the job." And I was like, "I'll take it. Give me get one job, please." And he's like, "Oh, well, I really like your attitude about this. Yeah." He's like, "When can you start? Can you start tomorrow?" I was like, "Yeah, I'll start tomorrow, sir. I will be a busser tomorrow." And he's like, "Oh, just to let you know, there will be occasionally some like dishwashing shifts, like probably like once a month or something, depending on like the scheduling."
How do you say once a month and then just immediately betray that?
Steven, he betrayed, like literally betrayed it immediately. He's like, "Oh, this guy who walked in here eagerly looking for this particular job will absolutely blindly accept this completely different job." And I was like, "No, no."
No.
So, Steven, dude, I go there. So, my first day, I go there and they have me like training, right? And they have me training on dish. And I was like, ah, why am I training on my
Why
first?
is day one
Why
training
is
the thing
day one
I
training on
do
dish,
once a
right?
month?
Yeah. So I'm training and I'm with this guy who, Steven, I don't know. I don't know what his body is composed of, but I can tell you that he felt absolutely nothing with his fingers, okay? He wasn't wearing gloves. He wasn't wearing like any sort of like protection, yet he was pulling molten lava plates out of this literal fire steaming dishwasher with zero expression. He is just like he is just Steven. This
they
man
call they call me lava hands.
they call me, yeah, they call me Stone Hands Larry. Like he's like so Stone Hands Larry's just like grabbing these fire plates out of here while he's talking about how much he loves Voltron to me, and he's just like, yeah, so I really enjoy Voltron. It is one of my favorite things, if not my favorite thing. And he hands me this lava disc, this fiery, like just fiery plane of a pain, and I was just like, I can't, no, and I just like throw it, and I'm like, Steven, I'm not cut out for
He's
this.
over there like, and like the thing about Voltron is it's such a good here, take this roll. It's such a good
Like I see it sizzling, like
you
it's
smell
trying
his
to burn
flesh
it. I'm
burning and it's
I was
like
like,
no.
ooh, is it someone's making bacon in here? This is delicious. I'm like, oh, it's just Larry
It's
again.
like
Give me,
Larry.
ugh, you smell delicious. It's gonna awaken something in me, dude. I worked with this guy for the full day. He was made for this job. He's someone who's like his whole demeanor, his whole body, everything he was like, I am a finely tuned machine to do this thing. And I'm like, I am not. I am spongy and made to tell stories, Stephen. I don't know how this works.
Dish pit is not a place for me, okay?
No, dude. I was like, I have no ego when it comes to anything like this at all. I'm just like, I'm not made to do dishes. I'm sorry. I appreciate that guy and what he's capable of. I can't freaking do it. So I was just like, oh my God, I really don't want to do this. So I'm talking to myself and I'm like, okay, it's just like once a month. I can do this. I'll just get like some gloves and like I'll be fine. I'll be fine. Steven, my second shift, I was training on bus, and I was like, "This is wonderful."
Okay. This is good. They
Okay,
train me on dish because maybe as a buster I'll be popping in and
I'm
doing
popping in. It
quick
gotta help.
rinses on stuff.
I
Yeah.
have to know how hot those plates are, or else I might make a mistake and think I'm Larry, and I'm not Larry. I don't have his hands. Like, I'm not. I'm
Day
not
one was just teaching you that you're not Larry, is really what it
exactly.
was.
Day one, you're not Larry. Day two, guess what? You're gonna find a bunch of weed in one of these random booths. Stephen, it was weird. And I think I might have told this I might have told this story to you because I kind of remember saying this because dude, this it was so funny. I found a baggie of pot
Oh
in
my
one of the
God.
my second day at work, right? So I found this baggie of pot and I was like, I didn't smoke pot. And I was just like, what do I do with this? It feels like a test. What's going on? I held it up in that kitchen and it just disappeared from my hand. I don't even know who took it. Like someone distributed it. Like it was already cold and smoked
Kitchen
before I
gets its
realized.
cut. Kitchen gets its cut. Oh my God, the chanting.
Oh my
This must
God.
happen often.
This is yeah, dude, it was absolutely bonkers. So that was gone. But I was like, oh, I get tipped out for this. I like this job. This is super easy. I'm cleaning up after people. I'm making, I'm making the tables look good. I'm back and forth, taking the not spicy dishes to the back so Larry can spice them up. Like
He's
he
like,
knows.
I'm gonna spice him up so good, buddy, and I'm gonna hold it while I talk Voltron.
I was like, it's like, do you want me to light a fire under these dishes before I give them to you, or like, is that part of it? You like spicing them up yourself? I
You're
don't
gonna
know.
try to cool him down before you hand him to me? I don't think so, bud.
I don't think so. But anyway, so day two went great. Day three, so day two, I'm like, hey, do you have a schedule for me yet? I need to know like what my actual schedule is so I can, make plans as a human person who has, wants to have a life. And he's like, well, just come in tomorrow for a shift, for a night shift, and after that, we'll have the schedule up tomorrow. I'll like definitely take care of you. I show up. My shift on my third night is a dish shift alone, by myself, no Larry involved, by myself, right? I was like, wait, first of all, you said is this my once a month? I was like, this is insane. My very first solo shift, I'm
He's a dish
dish.
shift.
And then he puts up, during my shift, puts up the schedule, and they're all dish shifts.
What
Yeah.
the hell is that, dude?
Dude, I went home and I was like, I'm never going back. And I didn't go back. I was just like, I am not going back
I
there.
hope that guy knows what happened. Like I hope he's not like oblivious to his own bull because
No, that was terrible.
managers like that are truly oblivious to their own bullshit sometimes. It's crazy.
Oh,
Like
dude, it's absolutely bonkers. If you are out there and you have a sort of story where people try to do the old like bait and switch situation on you, let us know below. If you have like a weird job, or if you've met a Larry who has like a supernatural ability that you're like, I kind of wish I had that, but I'm also glad I'm not Larry. Like, let us know below. I'm interested. Otherwise, Steven,
Larry has his perks, but they're not perks I want to sport.
you know
So
what? Yeah, I am all for Larry. I'm Team Larry. I'm also glad I'm me. So, um, all right, let's see. I'm not sure, Steven, in our new world of our show,
okay.
okay, should we do cold opens? Should we do intro? What's our like? I want to use this episode to frame what we're like. What's
Mm.
our? What do you think? What do you think? Do you like the cold opens? Do you? How much of an intro do you think we should have?